Hello everybody, welcome back Space Engineers. I've done a lot since we've last seen each other. So much has been done. But not here in this world, I'm afraid. Picking up right where we left off. So we got our refineries going. We got 2 refineries. I kind of did poor planning on my part. Not most efficient way of going about things. But we'll get it to work. So what I want to do in this episode is relocate these arc furnaces we just placed to somewhere else. Not very far though, but I think I have an idea. I'm terrible. This is why you plan ahead. So what I'm thinking now, this is not yesterday's talk, this is today's. What I'm thinking is, you know how I wanted to put like a small cargo container right here? I'm not going to do that, but we're going to put a conveyor block right there. Why? I don't really know. I'm going to make it so this arc furnace sticks out a bit. I don't even know why I want to do that. I should really just turn this thing and be done with it. The goal of putting a conveyor block there would be it would hook up to the refinery on both sides and then to the arc furnace, which would be right in front. And then we could put something on top, like our assemblers. So let's look at an area that doesn't have anything in it, so we're not like wasting our time building and unbuilding. That's not the right way to say that. Not building and building. We need interior plates. Okay, I do believe there are some. While we're waiting, why don't we do something with this guy? Okay, why don't we just tell him to build another of himself? Okay? I want you to clone yourself, please. That's a refinery. Where's the assembler? It's one of these. I know it. And we'll get to, not you, the projector block. I do want to take a look at that, guys. We're not really established yet to do it, but we'll get there. Why are you not anywhere near anything else that I want to use? You're the first item in the thing. Okay. So if I queue up that, it's going to try to make me an assembler, which actually isn't that expensive. So we're going to queue up 2 more assemblers, because I do believe that is what we want. Once we get some more assemblers going, we can speed up our production and start making stuff. So the reason why I didn't do the storage container first, no real reason, I just felt like this was probably the better way of going about it. A cargo container would be nice because we could store like our ores and stuff like that. But I think it's better to invest those materials into stuff that will pay us back with either more production, like building an extra refinery actually gains us more processed ores over time, whereas a cargo container just holds stuff for us. It doesn't really do any work. If we find that we don't have, I mean, we do need cargo space though, so there's a balance. And I'm not necessarily saying the way I'm doing it is the best way. It's just a way. Okay. So what I was thinking about doing is that. And then he's not recessed. Let's all go on recess. Go play some ball. And what it does is it leaves this spot open on top. And what I'm thinking about doing is... Go away. Is just stacking assemblers. Like so. So I'm pretty sure if we roll him... So yeah, there's hatches on both sides. So I'm just flipping it 180 degrees. So we can see the hatch... right there is just rotating. So there's hatches on each side, and I believe there's also a hatch on that side. So yeah, this one kind of has a 4-way connection. So it doesn't really matter how we do it, but if we put him right here, he'll connect to that conveyor block that I haven't built yet. And we could stack like just a few on top of each other. And our assemblers could basically actually just keep going like that. However many we want, we just keep stacking them up. And then this will connect probably via that way. Although this guy is also going to be connected directly to the cargo container via his hatch. So that could work as well as a chaseway. I do want to see if how hooking stuff up will make a difference. So maybe we can witness some things, some quirks or something that happen because of certain ways that things are hooked up. Who knows? But we'll see. So other things I want to get done I do want to get gravity at some point so we can walk around and not have to fly. That will save us some energy, but for the time being, I don't think it's crucial. I think most of our time and resources should just be going into getting this central hub kind of thing up and running. Then once we have lots of refinement going and production, then I think we can start doing the luxury items and stuff like that. Okay, so this guy is going to take so long with those. What we need as well is a couple of those conveyor blocks. If we do it that way, which I kind of think we should. I wish this would show me which parts it needs instead of having to go out here. So what does he take? He takes 120 conveyors. Okay, okay. So that doesn't seem like a good investment for right now, having that conveyor block between the refineries. Putting this guy in, like, soon, probably not worth it for how much he's going to cost us right off the bat. So what we do have is the arc furnace is there. So let's go back over here. What we're working with is this. We do not have a hatch, though. So if we wanted to, say, just keep putting these guys on here for now, we can't. It doesn't really gain us anything. Like, we'd have to redo it, or we'd have to provide some kind of temporary connection. I mean, we could go 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and just have this one guy kind of, oops, like that, or that wouldn't even work, would it? We'd have to go, we'd have to stand him up. So if we wanted to use the assembler as a chaseway, we could do that, and have him join into those ones. Probably not the best way of doing that either. Okay, well, I'll take a little time here to think, plus we gotta wait for this stuff. So once we get those 27 done, let's move that to, let's make the other stuff first. Let's leave all the construction components to the end. There we go. And then we'll see what other stuff we run out of. Alright, well, I think we're going to have to basically relocate these things, short of waiting so I can build those conveyors, or changing the layout, or I could use a cargo container instead. But, I think for now, I think I'm just going to throw them up here, just to get them done. And then if we need to relocate these two guys afterwards, we could do that. But for the time being, they'll at least be useful. And we're still waiting on these construction components. So that's going to be our real bottleneck until we get some more assemblers going anyway. So I think the best thing to do is just to get that to happen as quickly as possible. So basically, as soon as we have enough construction components to get another one going, we should. And that's where they should go. And then once that's up and running, then that one could just continually make construction components, essentially doubling our yield of them. And we'll just keep going with that until we get there. Okay, so we don't need... Done with those. Did I used all those computers. Let's see if we need any more. I think we need some motors. Probably more than one steel plate. Okay, displays. Oh, wow, these take 80 computers total, so we need another 30. And then 4 displays, and then the rest is steel plates and construction components. So we could keep leaching those, I guess. But we're going to be waiting for those for a little while. Okay, we do have some displays, and I already forgot how many of those we need. The rest we'll take in steel plates. And Okay, that's pretty close. All we're missing is 8. Or other than the steel plates, which I think we can get. So we're just missing 8 construction components. And this thing seems to make about 3 every time we go away and come back. So if we go away and come back a few more times, we'll have everything we need. And then we'll double our production. Okay, good. I should have been building them both at the same time, I guess. Save some time. And I have to go grab those exact same parts. Okay, but all we need is another 5. Oh, please say you're still making them. You are. And we ran out of some material. I had to kind of go through the assembler. And I just got rid of all the ores in there because it was basically full of stuff. So I wasn't able to grab the ingots that it actually needed. So I just pulled everything out, and then it just pulled in whatever it needed, which currently is just the iron. And then I got the refineries going. They are both producing gold at the moment because we were out of gold. And then they're going on to cobalt, I guess. That's not so big a deal. And I went and picked up some iron, so we got... Our arc furnaces are mostly doing the iron. I got these guys... We're not in need of iron at the moment, so... One of them's doing iron, the other one's just doing nickel. And they should keep pulling the iron out of the cargo containers as needed, as the refineries still aren't making use of the conveyor system. So we talked about, I asked you guys what you thought about the blueprints and how we should implement them into this world. And I think you guys told me, and I think we're all thinking the same thing. So I think the way we're going to do it is we're not going to just pull in a blueprint. We're going to build it at least once here in the world. The one exception may be Molar, but that's only if I don't make any changes to him, which I kind of do want to make some changes. I want to try to balance his weight a little bit better. He was overeating, getting a little round on the outside, so I'm going to be a bit more disciplined with him this time. Make sure he watches what he eats and puts the pounds where he needs them. So that one, I think we'll build at least part of it together. I'll probably skip over some of it. And then I would like to... I still haven't played around with the projector blocks, so I'll have to see what we can do with it in terms of using it kind of to help with the symmetry thing like I mentioned for the station. If I can build a quarter of it and then use it to replicate a quarter of it, that would be great. But if we can do that on a small scale, I think I Eat Ponies touched on this. So like Molar, a lot of ships are very symmetrical in some way. Like this guy's symmetrical just down the middle, so his left side's identical to his right. So could you just make a blueprint of half of them and rotate it to fit the other side? Or can you flip it and that kind of stuff? Molar, you don't really have to worry about flipping because he's 4-way symmetrical for the most part. So you can split him down the middle and left and right, and each quarter is pretty much the same. So if you finished a quarter of them, you could theoretically rotate them and just automatically weld the rest of them based off of just a single piece of them. He can recreate himself. I should have finished this before I started yakking. All that processing time gone. Okay, let's just queue up number 8. Your goal is just those forever and ever. I guess, you know what, I could just do... How do you do repeat? That's cooperative mode. So if I just do that... I've never used cooperative mode. Or repeat mode. Or cooperative mode. I haven't used either, but that's not the point. Okay. So that guy will just make that. And now what we can do is cancel him so he's not making those anymore. And we'll just have him complete the other stuff. Now that said, I'm going to queue up some more of them anyway, because I don't want this guy idling doing nothing. So worst case, he'll make 500 before stopping, and we'll probably run out of iron before any of that happens. So right now we should be making 2 times construction components, which is good. And now I'm going to go ahead and build this other guy. Did we need small tubes? I don't know. I don't know. Let's find out. We did. Not. Yes. True. And 18 more computers, steel plates, and then it's the old construction component bottleneck. All right. Aha! Okay. Now we're in business. Now we're going to tear them down and do them in a different spot. Sort of. Okay, so this guy is, I guess, assembler 9. I'm going to try getting him to make 2 conveyors. Even though most of that's going to be construction components. We're going to put those at the back again. So we'll still get them to make them, I guess. But the other guys are kind of doing that anyway. So we could just put this all on cooperative mode, I suppose, and just have that one guy help out. But I kind of want them just dedicated to the construction for now. We'll get there eventually. Okay, so what did we determine this needs? 120. I should know that. I mean, we just looked at it right in that thing menu, not that one, right here, and I moved 120 down. I should be able to remember 120 from 2 seconds ago, but I can't. I can't. So I guess the question is, how long will it take to get those 120? Because I don't really want to put any more assemblers anywhere else than where they are actually needed, because we're just going to have to move them again. But I thought it made sense to put these guys down temporarily, as at least it speeds up this waiting for the construction components. And it would probably still be worthwhile to put more down until we're making them really quickly. Because we could put 3 more assemblers down for just that one conveyor block that I want to do. So the alternative is the small cargo containers, and they only take 40. So we could put small cargos down there for now, which might make sense. And then when we need it later on, if we want to change them to conveyors, if we find that's useful or what have you, then we could do that. So I'm just going to cancel that. We'll let that keep making... we'll cancel those two. Cancel all the things. And those... Yeah. Okay, so we will. I think we'll do that instead. So we're going to need 4 of those. So I'll queue up all 4. And I'm going to move the construction components down to the end of the queue. That way, it'll still be making them in order, so we'll still get 1 cargo container at a time here before it moves on to the next one. And then hopefully those other ones provided us with enough of the construction components to do that, I guess. So we need 40 to do the first one. We've got 40. We'll grab some of those. Okay. So this would be going right where that silly arc furnace is. So I think I do want to move that to what I said. We're going to rotate it and face it forward. And for the time being, I'm going to do this. So I'll put all that stuff in there. And then we just got a little bit of stuff left over. So I will throw those in there. And then what I got to do is turn off that arc furnace. So I don't know which one you are. Maybe I could just go into you by getting rid of you. Ta-da! Okay, so now I can see he's arc furnace number 5. Let's take off the used conveyor. Let's bring up the other arc furnace. See if we can stuff them, all of his stuff in there. No. Okay, let's bring up... Oh, still haven't fixed that little X. Come on, Keen. You can do it. Okay. All of you out. Good. Good. Come to me. Oops. Would you tell me what's full? Sure. Hold some stuff, please. Okay, I get it. My inventory's full. Got it. Alright, so we're just going to put you down, which I can't, because now I need an interior plate. Got it. Ta-da! And then we'll put them right back. Arc furnace, you were never gone. You thought we left you. Blast furnace, arc furnace. Make up your mind. Alright, now everything else should be in here, so I should be able to just do a little bouncy. And put that in there, put that in there. Take you. Destroy some items, probably. Because I always do that. Break the block, and then grind down all the stuff that was in there. It's like, oh, I forgot. Oh, never mind. It's gone. Okay. And now I don't have anything. Oh, just the steel plates. Doable. Alright, so a lot of mucking about or shifting stuff around. Not the most efficient way of doing things. But we'll get there. In the end, it will be beautiful. Hopefully. What are you missing? You're missing a lot. Okay. Let's get him up and running again. Almost. Except he still won't be connected. So we'll have to hook him back up. Not a big deal. So once I get all this done, this is probably enough fiddling around with this guy. So hopefully we can, now while this stuff is working, we can kind of plan out some more of the base and some more of the build. But we basically don't want any dead time, so we want to get the production up fairly quickly so that we're not waiting on stuff too much. I think construction components, maybe? Is that what... Are we missing? No, just some motors. 2 motors. We can do that. Got it. Alright, so that should fire this guy back up. It sounded kind of like he did. Can we look inside you? Look at that. So pretty. Okay. And this will double. This will be good. It'll give us some storage in the meantime. And who knows, we'll probably just end up leaving it like that. So now what I'm going to do, probably off camera between now and the next episode, is just crank out some assemblers. So I'll get this done. Basically, let's see, what do we need? Steel plates? Give me steel plates. So we'll just stack these all the way up. And now, is there a prettier side? Do we want to have the hatches visible? I think we want the hatches towards... Or is there a hatch on both sides? Did we already cover this? We covered this already. Do we want this side? Or the smooth side? Too late. It's that side we're going with. It wasn't really a choice. I was just kind of pretending like you had a choice. You didn't have a choice. There we go. So we'll do that in, I think, all 4 sides. And getting these refineries up isn't really crucial. But getting assemblers going, I think, is. Up until the point where we're waiting on material to be refined. Then we got to get some more refineries up and running. And yeah, just keep balancing that. So I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'll move him forward. Place down another cargo. And basically redo all the work I've already done. Excellent. There was a choice. You chose poorly. Not my fault. All yours. We should probably line up the doors. Just a thought. There we go. Welder ship, welder ship. I want a welder ship, welder ship. Ba-dum, bum, bum. Don't worry about that. Okay, we're at least going to put it right side up. Alright, so we can't put the fancy writing in the back. Fine. Fine. So yeah, I'm noticing we're running out of steel plates now. So we're getting different bottlenecks. First it was construction components, then steel plates. Also running low on computers. But yeah. I'm just still trying to get all these assemblers built. I don't know how many I'll stop at. I've relocated one of them so far. And I'll probably relocate that one as well. But currently it's working. So I don't want to take it down. I could just swap its parts over here real quick. Just charging myself up. We got 3 assemblers over here. We've got 0 assemblers over there. And we still have this guy that we're hooked up to. And I think we'll leave him here for the time being. He's not hurting anything by remaining there. So I guess we'll just leave him there. And our next task will be getting these 3 up and running. I think these are all orientated the wrong way, so I'll have to fix those. So we can't place them how I wanted to. Got to make sure those hatches are connected, which they're still not. There we go. And right side up. Yeah. Okay. So there we go. We won't bother moving the connector or anything today. We'll leave this here until we have another system in place. So once we get this thing down below worked out, we can relocate him. What I do want to try here, we have this guy. So what if... So I've never used the cooperative mode, and I renamed these guys to the right that we completed, A1, 2, and 3. And I guess I'll just group these in sections. So this guy, refinery, he'll probably be part of A. This arc / blast furnace, also part of A. And then we'll designate another section, B, C, D, or what have you. But anyway, what I want to try to do is take these guys and put them into cooperative mode. And then we'll just make this guy our master for now. Just call him the master. So what we should be able to do, I want to cancel that. Enable or disable. Okay, so he did pull stuff. I wasn't sure. And he's pulling stuff. I assume they're all just pulling what this guy's working on, which is just this. So what I'm going to do is clear that. And we're going to queue up 3 more assemblers. And we're just going to let these guys kind of help out however they feel the need to. So what we should see is just some random parts, I think, get thrown in there. Or does it just take the one that's currently being worked on? Or does it take a random one? If it's random, it's not very random. So currently it's just helping out with that first item, which I guess isn't a big deal, if that's the way they work. Okay, so that will provide us with the parts we need to do this guy. And I'm pretty sure I got some of the parts already required. So while that is making it, I'll probably just start putting in various things, like the construction components. That's all we needed for that one. I can start putting them in there as well. And if I notice we got all the construction components that we need already made, I'll move those to like the back of the queue. So it looks like I have enough construction components already made just from that backlog of everything running there. So what we can do is go back to there, and we could just clear them out altogether and get it working on something else. And then I'll probably throw them back at the end of the queue just so they still do get made. But that'll allow us to keep going here and get these guys up and running. And for the time being, we might just make all these ones just slaves to that one master. And all they'll do is just speed everything up. Okay, it looks like we are out of gold, and I think that is accurate. But let's just go ahead and take a look. I guess we could just look up gold. Gold! That's all we have left for gold, is it? That's not good. Alright, so what I'll do is... I don't want to cancel them. But anything that's going to require gold should be probably moved to the back of the queue. And that way I can at least keep going with everything else. But I think all this... Oh, I can make motors, I think. Can you make motors? You can. Okay. So we're just going to prioritize things. Prioritize. Not speaking. Well. Huh? Better? There we go. Alright, so while that is working, and in the meantime, until I see you guys again, I am going to go on a gold hunt. Now, I do recall we saw some gold, which I totally remember where. It was in a little crater. But I'll take a better look and keep an eye on my radar and see if I can find some more gold. Otherwise, I'll try to find that little spot of it I found before. See if I can find it again. Although I don't know how much was actually there. But that'll be it for today. We're getting our assembler line up and running. And that should get quicker and quicker, because as we increase our assemblers... Oh, there's some gold. We will increase our productivity as well. So it's a win-win situation. Okay. Gold, could you stop dancing? I don't like it when you dance. Okay, let's use secondary mode. See what we got here. Stone. See what we got here. And gold. Alright. Give me your deliciousness. Looks like we're running out of power. Guess I know what we gotta do next.